An Advance Care Directive is a way to record your wishes so that if you were too unwell to understand your medical treatment choices or communicate what you want, those wishes could still be respected. As well as your medical preferences, there is space to provide information about your values and beliefs and who you want to speak on your behalf if you couldn't speak for yourself.
I went and got one of these Advanced Care Directives, and I'd like to talk to you all about what I might want if it was me who was dying, and how you might like to be involved.
You're not sick, are you, Mum?
No, I'm fine. But it made me think about Bill. You know how awful it was last year when he had that stroke. And they hadn't talked about what he might want. So Suzanne and the kids had to make all those decisions for him.
It just seems a bit premature to be talking about all of this when you're so fit and well. You're about to go off on your cruise.
Talking about your wishes for end-of-life care is the most important part of advanced care planning. Make sure your family and friends know what you want. It's also important that they agree who would be best to speak on your behalf. Talk to your GP about any medical questions and make sure that everyone who should know about your wishes has a copy of your Advance Care Directive.
Well, as long as I can understand what I'm told and can tell people what I want, I will keep making my own decisions. This form is only for a time when I can't do that. If I had a stroke or a fever and I couldn't, I was out of it for a while, but once I came back to myself again, I'd be back in charge. As long as I can make my own decisions, I'll be telling the doctors and the nursing home what I want.
All adults should discuss their preferences for future health care, but it's especially important for people who have chronic, life-limiting health conditions and anyone who might lose decision-making capacity. An Advance Care Directive provides a record of your wishes and preferences. It only comes into effect if and when you can't speak for yourself.
Yes, I think I could just tick that and that would cover it. I don't want any sort of medical treatment that would mean that I couldn't recognise you.
There's a panel on the front of the form to indicate that you prefer not to receive life-prolonging treatment if you're unlikely to recover. You can request palliative care only, with a focus on quality of life, pain and symptom control, and dignity and comfort.
I don't want any sort of intervention that's not going to improve my quality of life. You know, if it was surgery or something that was going to make me feel better. But really, I certainly wouldn't want to just exist hooked up to machines, tubes down my throat or anything like that. Now, I want to stay here in my own home and die here in my own bed.
I think that you should put information like that about wanting to stay put rather than go in and out of hospital in this section here about quality of life. That way, if Auntie Maureen starts sticking her nose in, it'll be all clear, be written down, and she'd have to go along with it.
You can include any concerns you have about particular medical procedures you wish to avoid. Talking with your GP may help you work that out. Think about and write down what outcomes you wouldn't want. Include any other lifestyle preferences to help guide decisions by people who might be caring for you in the future.
So Gran, what else is important? What about your friends and church and stuff?
Oh yes, in this part here about values and beliefs, well, as you know, spiritual solace is very important to me, so I would want to put down that I want the priest to come and visit me. And I'd be missing my friends. I think I'd want them to come and visit no matter how sick I was.
In the Values and Wishes section of the form, you can include information such as where you would prefer to be cared for, your relationships, and any other things that are likely to be most important to how you live your remaining life. Any religious or spiritual beliefs and practices you would like to be respected can be included.
I thought you and Dad got all of this sorted out a while ago.
Oh no, that was an enduring power of attorney. We got James to do that. He was quite happy, and working in the bank as he does. We thought he'd be good with money matters.
So wouldn't he look after all this health information as well?
Oh no, the two jobs are quite separate. Enduring power of attorney is about finances, and the Advance Care Directive is about medical matters.
A person responsible is usually someone close to you. They would give consent for your care and treatment if you couldn't speak for yourself. Your Advance Care Directive will help guide them in making a decision on your behalf. Write the name of your preferred person responsible in this section.
What Mum's asking is a big job, and I'm a bit worried about James or Auntie Maureen or anyone causing a fuss and having an argument. What if at crunch time they don't agree with me? What if they want all the bells and whistles?
Well, if there's a problem, I could do an enduring guardianship appointment for you. But I think that if I write down what I want and say that you're who I want to speak on my behalf, they'll be happy with that.
What if you gave everybody a copy of the form when you finish filling it in? That way, if they've got questions to ask, they can discuss it with you and they won't have to wait until something's wrong. It'll be written down.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I reckon you're the best person for the job, Mum.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing, and I hope I could support you with it. Just glad we know what Gran wants now.
If I do change my mind about anything, I'll make sure you all know.
If you can't talk with your family about advanced care planning, or you think there will be conflict about your care, you may want to appoint an enduring guardian rather than a person responsible. The enduring guardian is a legally binding appointment, and only they can make decisions if you can't decide for yourself. The correct documents are available from the Guardianship Board of Tasmania.
You know, I reckon we should all fill in one of these. When my mate Josh died in a car accident last year, his family didn't even know if he wanted to be an organ donor. So, whether you're old like Gran or our age, it's good to have talked about this stuff.
If you need help with completing your Advance Care Directive, talk with your GP or practice nurse. If you need help with translation or interpretation services, contact the Migrant Resource Centre or talk with staff at your local healthcare centre. Information sheets are also available from the Palliative Care Tasmania website. There are some other videos and information about advanced care planning you might want to check out. The Respecting Patient Choices and Planning Ahead websites have short films with other stories to hear and think about when you're working out what you might want. Advance Care Directives are available from your local GP or health centre, Service Tasmania centres, and online from Palliative Care Tasmania.